Here's our quick tutorial for the Igneous Rocks lab. In your lab notebook, you should have all of this. The problem is going to be the same as sedimentary rocks and as metamorphic rocks to identify igneous Igneous rocks. Our materials, handlings, igneous rock specimens, and a book. The books are all in the very, very back right lab table if you need a book. Our procedure today, first examine each rock specimen with a hand lens. Determine the texture of each sample. If the grains are crystal and large and easily seen, then the texture is coarse. So one texture we can have today is coarse. If the grains are so small they are not easily distinguished, the texture is fine. And if no mineral grains are visible, the texture is glassy. So for igneous rocks, you're going to have three textures: coarse, fine, or glassy. In Google Classroom, you can look at pictures to refresh your memory of what coarse, fine, and glassy look like. Coarse will be those big grains you can see. Fine will have very small grains that maybe you can't even see with the hand lens, and glassy will look glassy. You'll separate them into those three groups: coarse, fine, or glassy. Next, you'll determine the color of each rock. The rocks may be light colored, dark colored, or intermediate. So in our color box, we're not writing red, blue, purple, green. We're writing light, dark, or intermediate. You will then regroup your samples based on color. The color lets us know the composition. Our three compositions for igneous rock, again, are granitic, which will be this light colored, basaltic, which will be the dark color, or andesitic, which should be our intermediate. The third step says to refer to pages 71 through 75 in the book and give each sample a name. You can also use the dichotomous key that you cut out and glued into your lab notebook. So again, to use the dichotomous key, we go from left to right, and we just asked ourselves these questions. Does the rock have minerals you can see without magnification? No or yes. We'll go with yes. Is the rock multicolored? Yes, then it would be granite. You'll fill that in here. For texture, our texture box is going to be these words right here: coarse, fine, and glassy. Our color box is going to be these words: light, dark, or intermediate. In this box, intrusive or extrusive. Remember that intrusive rocks form inside the earth. They have a long time to grow large crystals, and our extrusive rocks explode out of the volcano, and they're going to have small to no crystals. When you're finished with that, you can answer these 4 questions. Question number 2 says put number 1 in water. What happens? There's beakers in the back sinks. You can fill them up with water and drop number 1 in the water. Please make sure that it ends up back in your baggie when you're done. If your rock numbers have for some reason washed off the rock in Google Classroom, underneath this 025 Metamorphic Rocks worksheet, PowerPoint reading, and video lecture, there's images of rocks. Image 08 shows you what number all of the rocks for the Metamorphic Rocks lab should be. So we've got 7, 8, 9, 4, 12, 13, 15, and 16. The difference between 15 and 16 that you can't really see here is that 16 will look a little bit metallic-y. On the igneous rocks, it's going to be picture 7. And undo that. It shows us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hopefully you can tell them apart. These dark colored ones look a lot alike. 2 is going to be holy, and 5 is more glassy, and then 6 is solid earth. Alrighty. I think that will do it for your instructions for the lab. Please make sure that you pick up whenever you're done. Thank you for watching.